So we are Adam and Ashley Friend, and we're super excited to share our adoption story with the Open Arms family. We've been married for about 7 years now, and adoption is something that really has been on our hearts since pretty early on in our marriage. We didn't always know what that was going to look like or when or how, but it's something that we just felt that we were called to do, and had been on the table really since day one of our marriage. So when a couple years ago we found out that it was going to be difficult for us to have biological children, it really was just a no-brainer at that point to kind of just jump right into the adoption route. And we didn't feel at that time that it was the second best option. We were just as excited to do that as we would have been otherwise.
So I worked at Nationwide Children's Hospital, and I found out through some coworkers that they actually had a class called Adoption Academy that lasted about 8 weeks, and it just kind of laid out all the options, what the financial part would be, what the home study part would look like, and just gave us some more information so we felt like we could make a wise decision and an educated decision. It was actually at the Adoption Academy class that I first met Jody Rice, who is one of the social workers at Open Arms. And after meeting with her, we just both felt it was a no-brainer that Open Arms was just the right agency to help us start our family. We just felt so seen and so heard by them, and just didn't feel like we were just another family, another number. We just child-centered they were. So we just felt really good about Open Arms.
Yeah. And so then, fast forward about a month later from that meeting with Jody, we found ourselves sitting in the training, at the Open Arms training. And, it was, we knew we had about 30 or so hours of training ahead of us for that one weekend. So we thought it could be a little rough, going through that much. But, honestly, it was an amazing weekend. And, Jackie and her team just did a really amazing job. They're so passionate and so knowledgeable.
And we just felt so much more prepared, I think, and knowing what to expect, and just knowing how to parent an adopted child more so. Obviously, we still are figuring that all out, but we did feel like they gave us some information, and we also loved how it was with a bunch of other couples that were also adopting and in the same process, and it just kind of helped us build that network. And it's a weekend that we really enjoyed and that we look back on with great memories. And I think it really made us that much more excited to adopt after that weekend.
Yeah, no, totally did. Just, like I said, their passion and their knowledge was really what stood out for us. And we knew that we wanted this agency to be on our team, I guess, and to help us through this process. So
August 11th, we get a text from Jackie. We called her right away, and she said, well, I have a baby for you guys. And my immediate response was, you're kidding me. Because that was literally what I said, because we had waited. We'd been trying for 4 years, and there were days it just felt like we were never going to have a child. And so when that day finally comes, you're just like, it's really here, it's really happening. And so we both agreed that, this is our son, this is who God has for us.
I think my head about exploded as we were talking to Jackie about that. I could hardly formulate any words or sentences, and I just couldn't believe that moment had actually come, where this is the time where we're getting our child that we've wanted for so long,
hoped
prayed for,
dreamt about.
Jackie and Jody were really were with us every step of the way, telling us what to expect, what's next in the process. Because we were just so focused on Brody, on our son, that we weren't really worried about all that stuff. So they were the one who had to maybe remind us a few times that, hey, you need to do this, or we need to be thinking about this.
Or what to pack, because you're
Sure.
in such shock that all you can think about is that baby. And so Jackie would say, okay, I know you're in shock. I'm going to text you this, or you need to make sure you have this. And so everybody was great about making sure we knew what we needed.
So kind of another cool piece of the story is my nephew was actually born that same day that we got the call about Brody.
Just 12 hours earlier.
Just 12 hours before we got the call. And everyone in my family now makes the joke that Brody looks more like me than my nephew looks like his biological parents. So it's just kind of funny how that worked out.
So walking into that hospital room, we're just so excited to see him and hold him and meet him. And there's just no words to just describe the first time you get to see your son, and it's just amazing. I mean,
you
just fall in love instantly, just instantly.
We feel so blessed to be Brody's parents, and we feel like we're the lucky ones in this scenario for sure, hands down. And we realize that none of this would be possible without Open Arms and the support and training that that they gave to us. And so we're just forever thankful and grateful for them throughout this whole process, and it just means the world to us.
So this is Brody, Ashton friend, and he is just the sweetest little boy. Lot to say, don't you? Yeah, he's very chatty, loves to talk, and yeah, and his smile is just the sweetest thing. It's what I live for, is his smile. It just melts our heart. Somebody. Yes. Yeah, so you love all your cuddles. Huh. But, so you are just everything to us, huh? You're our whole world. Yeah. And he's everything we hope for. And I mean, he's perfect. There's nothing else we would want, huh, buddy?